What's up, guys? Welcome to Rants. My name's Ryan Malinowski, and in this week's episode, excuses equal slavery. Because it's 100% my opinion, you know it's 100% correct. Seriously, though, excuses, they kind of suck, don't they? There's a multitude of reasons that things might go wrong. Right, the dog ate my homework is probably the oldest excuse in the book. But things didn't get to a place on time. We were late, right? The kids didn't do X, Y, and Z because of X, Y, and Z. Anytime you make an excuse, you're taking the potential solution, which is yourself, and you're putting it on something else. And usually this is to make us feel good or better about the situation that we're in. We do it all the time. We skirt responsibility. We take it from ourselves and we put it on to someone or something else. The truth of the matter is, the reason we're in the position that we're in is 100% our own doing. Now, I know a lot of people watching this are going to say, everything happens to me. I don't have control over it. I don't know what you're talking about. Ryan, you're crazy. But just wait a second. Bear with me. Don't leave quite yet. Okay, now, sure, there's extenuating circumstances where catastrophic things happen where we don't have control over it. You know, the weather, specifically other people doing bad and malicious things to us as well. I'll grant you that. But there's very few things outside of our control, right? The soccer game gets canceled because there's 18 feet of snow on the ground, right? We're not playing soccer in the middle of September because there's 18 feet of snow on the ground. I get it. That's obviously not your fault. But to make an excuse for it takes the responsibility from you and places it on something else, which takes the potential for the solution away from you, and you give the power to something or someone else. If it's never your fault, you can never be the solution. This happens at work all the time. You miss a deadline. Your boss might come to you and say, why wasn't this done? And you say, well, boss, so-and-so didn't get me the milestone I needed on time. There was a traffic accident and I couldn't make it to the next drop-off point for the packages I'm delivering. My teacher never told me that I needed to have these things in this paper or these things in this program or whatever it is you're dealing with. We make excuses every day. I do it too, but I've tried to structure my life in such a way that I am not going to blame others for things when I could potentially be the solution to the problem that we're facing. Now, you can't do anything about right now, right? You can't do anything about the thing you missed today, but you can do something about the things that are coming tomorrow. And the biggest thing that has helped me throughout my life is reframing the way I think about when things go wrong. Jocko Willink, in his book, Extreme Ownership and Discipline Equals Freedom, he talks about these things. Excuses don't serve anything. You should go watch his TED Talk. It's about a story that happened to him when he was overseas. And it would have been very easy for him to throw someone under the bus instead of taking responsibility for it. So for me, it was a life-transforming mentality. Yeah, there are other factors in life. You can't control everything. But I would venture to guess you can control 90% of the things that come across your plate. This will not only help you in business, it won't only help you in your personal career, it'll help you in personal things as well. When you're talking to a spouse, when you're talking to a kid, think about what you could have done differently to make the situation a success. One of the things I do every morning is I wake up at 5 a.m. Now, that being said, obviously it's not every morning. There are some mornings where I don't wake up when the alarm goes off. I don't get out of bed. I just snooze it, right? But I think that example is one of the perfect examples. There's no one to blame but you. Maybe the dog knocked the alarm over, right? Maybe your wife snoozed it for you. But ultimately, in that situation, it comes back on you. So when I text my mentor every morning, if I am late to texting him, I don't say, I'm up out of bed, sorry I'm late, XYZ happened, it's been a crazy morning. No, I don't do that. For one, he doesn't care, right? He cares very deeply about me, but he doesn't care about that stuff, right? And he would not be my mentor if I made excuses like that. And for two, that doesn't help me find a solution, right? That doesn't help me find a solution to something as simple as getting out of bed on time, right? This goes on with everything you can think about, any single situation you're in. When something goes wrong, think about how you could have done things differently. The point of me saying this is when you don't do that, the alternative is to make excuses. The alternative is to keep putting the responsibility onto someone else. And I firmly believe that that is putting yourself in chains. You are creating a situation where the only option is for you to be a slave to your excuses and a slave to other people. Because if you can't affect the solution to the problem, then someone else has the power over your life. And to me, frankly, I don't want to live that way. So excuses equal slavery. It's that simple. Run that over and over and over in your head. The key thing for you to do is to focus on the here and now and say, what led me here? Not just that, but what did I do that led me here? If you're late for a meeting, you're late because you didn't leave early enough, not because there was an accident on the highway, right? Vince Lombardi has a rule. Anyone who knows Vince Lombardi is one of the greatest football coaches of all time. And he had a rule. If you're 15 minutes early, you're on time. If you're 14 minutes early, you're late. And that speaks to this mentality. This speaks to the mentality of not blaming others for the problems that you're in. This speaks to the mentality of not making excuses, not being a slave, taking extreme ownership, and recognizing that you have a heck of a lot of power over your life to affect it, make it better, and move forward. So that tomorrow is better than today, and today was better than yesterday, and that you're not just getting drugged through life in the hopes that you find that golden nugget, that ticket out of here. Too many people are doing that, right? They're looking and hoping for that golden nugget. Don't do that. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your time to talk about things and to blame others because you can't affect the situation then, and you give away all the power you have. Keep your power. Don't make excuses. Don't be a slave. Find some extreme ownership in your life and enjoy the rest of your week. If you want to read more about this or learn more about it, I seriously recommend either Discipline Equals Freedom or Extreme Ownership from Jocko Willink. Two fantastic books. I couldn't more highly recommend them. I have read them multiple times. One of the most influential books in my life. Go listen to his TED Talk. You'll see a really true example. I'll link that in the comments below. You'll see a fantastic example of what taking ownership looks like and a specific situation where people died. Someone was on the chopping block and he took the responsibility that was rightfully his. An amazing story to me. Well, that's my rant. As always, if you disagree, tell me in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. If you like this, take a minute and put that thumbs up button there. If you didn't like it, you know what to do. And if you want to see more of me, check out my podcast, Contentious Talks. It's on this channel as well as anywhere you can get podcasts. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. You should go watch his TED Talk. It's an awesome story about a situation where he took responsibility, where he could have very easily thrown someone else under the butt. Under the butt. He threw someone under the butt.